Trevor's been crazy for hours. That's funny, Brian. What's that? You thirsty? Can I get you a drink? Of course I can. G'day, kids. What sort of drink would you like, Brian? A red cordial? Don't be silly, Brian. You're already a crazy cockatoo. You can have a glass of water. Hang on, what was that, Brian? You want to know where our drinking water comes from? That's a great question. Kids, do you know where our drinking water comes from? You don't? Should we find out together? We should? Come on then, let's go! Wow, Brian, what a beautiful view. Oh, g'day kids, welcome. Wait, how about you introduce the episode with me? Would you like to do that? Are you ready? Welcome to another episode of All Aussie Madness. Can I get an F5? Yeah. On today's episode, kid, we're finding out whereabouts our drinking water comes from. And we're visiting a D-A-M, a dam. I'm standing on top of this dam here, and the top of the wall is called a crest. Kids, our drinking water comes from different dams like this one. You see, underneath your house and my house are pipes that connect together. And those pipes connect to other pipes that connect to a dam. And so when we turn on the tap, our drinking water comes out for us nice and clean. This dam wall here is 82 meters high. And from this side to the other is 216 meters. That's madness. Should we see how long it takes to walk from one side to the other? Come on, let's go for a walk. Wait, what's that, Brian? You think we should dance from this side to the other? That's crazy. Kids, do you think I should dance from one side to the other? You do? Will you dance with me? You will? That's great. Come on, let's dance. Well, Brian, kids, I don't know how long that took, but I know one thing. I'm exhausted. Are you? I've just got to rest up a little bit. Kids, this is one DAM that stores our drinking water. But there are lots of different dams everywhere. Have you got a dam near you? If you do, why not go and visit one? Dams are great places to visit. There's lots of places that you can see and explore around there, places to have a picnic lunch. What's that, Brian? Did I pack a picnic? Well, no, Brian, I didn't pack a picnic. I thought you were doing that. Oh, well, too bad, Brian. You're gonna have to go find some bush tucker then. That's another thing, kids. When you come to a dam like this, there's lots of cool native trees with bush tucker around. And it's a beautiful, fresh place to smell. I can hear lots of great sounds like the birds, the running water. I just heard your cousin, Brian, a cockatoo. Did you hear the cockatoo, kids? You know what? Speaking of that, I think it's time for a Fun Facts with Jarro. Do you know what today's fun fact is about, kids? Did you say dams? If you did, you're right. Today's fun fact is about dams. A dam is built on a river. Once that dam's built, it creates a body of water called a reservoir. The dam is used to control the water for when we need it. Like, for instance, our drinking water. So, there you go. Our drinking water for dams. If we come along here, kids, come with me. This down here, whoa, this down here is called a spillway. A spillway like this, when the dam's overflowing with lots of different water, all the water that goes over the dam goes back into the river, so we don't drink that water. The water that comes from our taps is the water here. that's trapped in the dam. Because you see, before we can drink dam water, it needs to go through a filtration plant. So it's safe for you and I to drink. What's that, Brian? You'd drink it anyway. Oh, Brian, don't be silly. We're not all birds like you. Let's find out what's at the end of this dam. Come on, kids. Well, kids, thanks again for joining us on another episode of All Aussie Madness. Did you enjoy it? You did? That's great. Do you remember our fun fact? That's right, it was about DAMSs, wasn't it? Remember that dams are built on a river. It then creates a large body of water called a reservoir. And that reservoir, or the water, can be controlled by us to be used for things like our, can you remember? That's right, our drinking water. Nice and clean. Well, thanks again for joining us. Remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you next time on All Aussie Madness. Say goodbye, Brian. Brian? Brian? Brian, you can't drink from the damn water. It hasn't been filtered yet. Brian!